my name is Karen, and I'm from Cypress College. I did my project at the McArt Lab, and my project was the effects of piperonal-butoxide on bumblebee microcolonies. So PBO is an insecticide synergist, and it's used throughout agriculture, and PBO is actually considered to be relatively non-toxic. However, little research has been done to evaluate toxicity and sublethal effects on non-target pollinators, and my project specifically focuses on bumblebees. So what we decided to do to figure this out was that we exposed these bumblebees to field realistic amounts of this pesticide, PBO, and over the course of 3 weeks, and looked at specifically their brood cells, the honeypot wax production, and their mortality, and that's what we measured. So a basic overview was that with government models, we looked at how much concentration of PBO would realistically be seen, and we dosed microcolonies through this. Microcolonies are essentially just tiny versions of colonies with 30 bees per treatment. And what we did was we made 16 of these. 8 had the PBO and 8 didn't, and we wanted to see how they ate. So what we actually dosed was what they were eating, and we wanted to see how they would respond. So the microcolonies actually didn't respond differently based on the sucrose and pollen that they were eating. They responded the same for both the PBO and the control treatments. And we also found that all across the board, we found that there was no response for the weight of the nest material, the brood cells, which is the larvae, pupa, and any growth that they had. There was also no difference in how much sucrose they made, and there was no difference in the amount of dead bees. So although we got no results, that is technically a result in and of itself. So the conclusion for my project was just under the conditions of my study, we found that no lethal or sublethal impacts of piperonal-butoxide on responses in bumblebee microcolonies. And it should also be noted that we use 10-fold less than what is the highest level of pesticide seen. And future studies should measure other sublethal responses as well as test a broader range of PBO concentrations.
Oh, you did a great job. I'm just wondering, does there need to be field tests to determine how PBO is affecting bees in the agricultural setting?
Yes. Just because PBO, since it's a synergist, it means that it makes other pesticides work more effectively. So in and of itself, it's considered non-toxic, but that's what we wanted to look into. But in the future, we should definitely look into the effects of when you combine it with other pesticides, because that's really technically what it's used for, but we wanted to see what it does on its own. And we saw there wasn't anything from my specific study, but you never know. If you get into more specifics and broader ranges, there could be a difference.
You did a great job. Thank you.